So, we currently have an issue on our hands. Tsvanis has the ability to reform himself. He has split his soul off into the realm of Isselstep. If he ever completes the necessary ritual, he can reform himself in all of his former glory. Probably more powerful than he was before. Heaven knows what deal he made with Isselstep to gain this ability, but he has it. We need to stop this.
How...
Point of information.
How involved do you think Ithelstep is in all this?
Directly.
Okay, oh, alright.
Question. Why is it that every time we encounter Tsvanis, he's looking for his physical body? Is that essential to the completion of the ritual?
Yes. Once Tsvanis has gathered enough eyeballs and skulls and fused them together, he will form into his true spirit. You see, currently his spirit is still burned and split into many parts and pieces.
Okay.
He needs the souls and powers of others to perform his abilities and basically reform his body. When he gathers enough power from others, enough skulls, and reforms himself, he will become a true spirit. Then he can re-inhabit his body and reinvigorate it.
There must be some latent power there, because he did not just suddenly have power. There must be a null power point. A point where he has power with no souls.
Precisely. Well, you see, that is the issue. We have tried destroying the body. It is quite resilient.
Is there a material that the spirit cannot penetrate?
Perhaps. Maybe the coffin
Perhaps
itself.
sentient metal.
The coffin. Well, it's a good thing we brought it.
Yeah.
Could we sanctify an area around it? Perhaps a spirit such as his cannot pierce through it.
A good idea. Perhaps Netro can aid us in this matter.
Yes.
What of running water?
I believe he could.
Do you think you might be able to cross running water?
I don't believe that the vampire solution will work here.
That's such a shame.
So have you tried cutting
That's a
the
thing
body
for
into pieces, or
vampires?
you
Yeah,
think
dude, you
that
can't cross
doesn't
running
work?
It
water.
doesn't even work. All our
Dude,
swords and
vampires
knives
have
and
a
tools
lot
have
of
been-
weaknesses.
Interestingly enough,
It's just that,
we've
you know,
noticed
the
some slight
movies, they
changes.
kind of gloss over them.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
vampires can't
to the
enter
body
your
itself?
house
Yes.
unless you invite them in.
Right.
So, if you never leave your house, no problem.
as the skulls are
But you can
destroyed,
never invite anyone in your house without
various parts of the
risking
body
vampires.
disintegrate.
Just give, you know,
Oh,
vampire
But as
food.
soon as the skulls are
and
reformed,
only let
they
people
grow
in
back.
direct sunlight.
Oh.
It appears that
Yeah.
the wider Tsvanis splits himself, the more he has a chance of risk of destroying his body. The more skulls he creates, the more parts they attach to. So, for instance, he has 5 skulls now, I believe, created.
We don't know. We have 4 of them.
4 skulls that we've counted.
We can assume that he's already formed another one. That would mean that one of each of them corresponds to each piece of his torso, perhaps. Before, when one of the skulls was destroyed, his body began to shrivel up and disintegrate away. But as soon as the skull was reformed, it came back, leaving the old husk behind. Maybe you've noticed this yourself. You have. You remember when you found
Oh,
the
yeah,
fingertips?
that's right. Yes.
The problem is, the more skulls Tsvanis makes, the more resilient his body becomes, because that means when a skull is destroyed, not his whole arm goes away, but only a pinky. Does that make sense? So the more skulls he can create and the more souls he can absorb, the more resilient and hard to take down he is. Like a germ. Yes, a germ.
So he can just keep making more and more skulls. He's basically, the longer we let him continue.
By Eo, what is a germ?
Yes, a foreign concept. The followers talk about it every now and again. Think of them like tiny animals? I don't know. It's hard to describe.
Like a rabbit or a mouse?
All I know is they have a propensity for multiplying.
Ah, like rabbits.
It's like rabbits.
Certainly. Think of them like a
Very
rabbit.
small rabbits. So, in any case, how is he making these skulls?
1950s?
Like,
No.
Savannah's is making them, not
That was like
Iflibet.
30s.
Well,
Perhaps
perhaps, yes,
surgery
precisely.
for a long time.
We know that
before
the
he
shadowy
considered
form that he is
washing
has the
hands.
ability to form the... Well, let me explain a bit more in detail.
No, I don't
You've certainly seen when the shadow splits, it splits into various
Definitely,
pieces.
Yes.
definitely not 19.
When
When
enough
did
of those
Microsoft
get together,
get
a skull forms out of
Whatever.
the shadows.
Oh, really? So he forms them out of his own, like, essence?
Yes.
Alright, so he's not, like, making them. We can't go to wherever he's, like, harvesting these 5-eyed skulls and getting them.
When the coffin erupted open, did you notice shadows pouring out of it?
Oh, yeah. Dozens and dozens.
All over the city, correct? Perhaps over time, he has gathered up enough souls or shadows to form into singular shadow figures with singular-eyed skulls. Then those joined together to form the more figures, and then eventually they would all join together to form one massive spirit, which would inhabit the body and return him.
Oh, I see. So,
What is
the shadow beings seem to not be destroyable. Our friend has on multiple occasions disrupted it, but it just comes back.
Correct. We need to find a way to destroy the body itself. After that, it doesn't matter. Tsvanis could just be a monster flying about forever, but he could never return to his true vessel.
Well, maybe I could destroy it through turning. Have you tried that?
No, we don't have that ability.
Well, you haven't enlisted any clerics to attempt it?
What clerics do you see around here?
Well, I mean,
We
For a
would
city,
no doubt they'd
somebody-
have some in their
We
employ.
would not go to the Illuminators, and the barbarians do not practice clerical matters. And of course, the followers are out. Aside from other clerics, we really haven't had any contact. Besides, we don't like to.
Well, I'd be happy to try.
Well, you're certainly welcome to.
Alright, I will.
All
So-
right, you do that.
It
Yeah.
seems like the
Fine, I will.
Yeah,
fine.
extremely-
Be it.
like,
Yeah,
it
I'm
seems
gonna
like the
do it.
secrets
Did you
lie
do it?
further
I
deep
am.
in these caverns.
I'm gonna
Okay.
turn,
What
the,
makes you
turn the
suspect
shit
this?
out of that bone.
Well,
What?
the power of that gauntlet seems beyond like anything we've seen before. Its destructive might is insane. If his power comes from a time of these ancient beings, perhaps the power of these ancient beings would be a solution.
Yes, that gauntlet itself is actually quite a bit of an oddity. It's odd that Elrat ever had a hold of it, to be honest.
I don't know where he got it.
The gauntlet's construction is definitely follower-made.
It's a shame we don't have a Vesperillo to ask.
Ah, yes, unfortunate. I'm sorry,
For
master.
arbitrators of knowledge, you surely do not take opportunities to grab it.
Perhaps. Yes, that will be your next task. Capture a member of the Vesperillo.
All right.
Sounds fun.
By the way, far be it for me to question the Keeper's capacity for gathering information, since I am so new. But I trust you are aware that there's a party of dwarves who plan to go deeper into the tunnels to seek out these ancient artifacts.
There are many claims on that in multiple points throughout the weeks.
Okay.
That happens a lot.
All right, because a group has actually asked us to join in their expedition.
Yeah, we
This
made.
may actually be an
I'm
opportunity.
a man of my word. We're still doing that, right?
Ah.
Oh, the followers,
Well,
if certainly if they
course.
let them through, then by all means, if you could go with them.
And that leads to
Yes.
like some dragon artifacts.
Because if we could recover others of these artifacts, they may be useful to us in our ultimate goal of destroying the body.
And I have not read dragon for a while.
The bones
Let me
themselves
tell ya,
aren't
you
exactly.
Brush up on it.
Gotta brush up on it,
Common.
and my current dragon story is getting a little old.
Yeah. I'm not hoping to find just dragon bones. I'm hoping to find other items like this
I'm
gauntlet.
gonna find dragons.
All right. Well, then that will be your next task.
That would be
Descend
cool.
below with the dwarves into the deep ruins of Death Shore and farther down below, and seek out the dragon bones and more information on Tsvanis, perhaps.
Excellent. I think that is a better task. Others who are more suited for kidnapping should go after the Vesperillo. Because
Yeah, I'm not a kidnapper.
Yeah.
I
Plus-
haven't done that before.
plus they recognize our faces now.
Prefer not to
So
start now.
it'd be harder for us to like sneak up to one and say, "Hey, remember us?" Bang.
The other keepers look around at each other and they go, and they look around. They start talking like, do we have the resources to actually do this? Do we want to do this? You know.
Okay.
Oh, the kidnap.
I feel like they just wanted us in because we can do things.
And Frederick speaks up and goes,
Well, see, that's what
Lot of-
Netro's about. Acting on
a lot of
knowledge.
asking the new
Instead of
guys
just
to
hoarding
do
knowledge.
things.
I believe the first thing we need to question in this matter, fellows, and he's talking to the keepers now, is he goes, we need to ask, do we truly want to begin picking a fight with the Vesperillo?
Well, I mean, if you want us to capture them, it seems like you are willing.
Precisely. Do we want to go after one, provoking them?
Just a point of clarification: are the Vesperillo the Assassins Guild?
No, they're another
just-
thieves
They're
guild.
the dirty.
Okay.
But they've been known for
yeah,
assassinations.
so they're
Okay.
the one that takes the scary jobs,
Okay,
right?
so they're worse than the drug dealer guild that I'm a part of.
Yeah, I mean, this is drugs. You don't
I mean,
hurt people directly.
Worse is a relative term, but yeah.
By the way, this drug is it like heroin or is it more like marijuana?
Are we talking upper? Are we talking downer?
Vicar? Vicar's a psychedelic.
Psychedelic.
Yeah, it has the
Yeah,
ability
come
to
on,
make
you're
you feel like
spreading
you're sinking-
love, man.
You guys
Peace.
it makes you feel like you're sinking into the environment.
Oh yeah, that's
One
right.
with
You sit in a
nature,
chair and you're
man.
like, I'm a chair.
I'm just not. I
on.
draw the line at wearing anything tie dye.
You gotta-
This not doesn't fit my.
You gotta commune with the
understood that part.
spirits.
Tie dye just does not.
For what you've heard, most of the
good.
thieves don't dip into their own supply.
All right. I'm pretty sure when you're on psychedelics, if you're looking at anything tie dye, the experience is unbelievable.
Again.
Have you ever seen the music videos from that period of history? It's
They're
ridiculous.
pretty wild. Yeah.
Anyway, so Frederick looks back and forth between you and goes, all right, friends and fellows, I believe that is good for now. Meeting, and he's about to clap his hands and say, meeting adjourned, when a fellow keeper runs out from the coffer and goes, ha! Brothers, pardon me. And you can see it's a human. And he seems to have a couple of grease and oil stains on him, and he goes, the founder is almost complete. The parts that Brother Frederick had brought in from the assault on the Doulahan helped greatly.
Ooh. I was hoping it was like,
What
and
would
today is
What?
Daphos' birthday, everybody! Yeah,
We got cake!
Yeah.
Surprise!
Frederick stroked his chin a bit and goes, excellent. Huh. All right, well, good. Meeting adjourned. And he claps his hands.
Yeah, we're gonna have a full
This is
founder
awesome.
rebuild. Yes, we'll use the
Didn't
founder.
the founders have little like imp dudes in them?
Ah,
Like they don't have an imp dude to man
Remember
it.
what the imps are though? Maggots with wings.
Oh yeah.
maybe we'll find one in the basement
Gross.
to stick in here and reanimate it.
Maybe you can stick one of your eye slugs into it.
Oh yeah, the multicolored slugs were also in the last campaign too.
Yeah.
They showed up.
Except those exploded
I-
into like
Yeah, those like
the
exploded
mist.
into some sort of like poisony mist.
Now they live inside our eyeballs.
Now they live in our eyeballs. This is great. Upgrade.
Once the pain goes away, the pain goes away, and we can't feel them in there anymore, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
But every now and then you feel like that there's a slight shadowy form crawling across to your eye.
Okay.
Good.
Nice.
I am
My-
so glad I stuck
Man,
with my morals.
This might make
At
betraying
least
them harder
once.
because they'll be like, got a slug in your brain, man. I'll just
No, they're like-
paralyze you and
They're like
kill
that
you.
thing. What's that guild in
You're gonna have
Agents
to
of
lose an eye.
in,
You guys
in
all
a,
finished? You still going?
We're just
We're
wrapping
almost
up.
done.
Oh,
They're probably like those
not
things where
Almost
at the headquarters they
You got
can
one more thing to say?
if they find out you've betrayed them, they activate the slug and it just blows up your brain.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Yeah.
yeah. Why did they do that with the guy that ran away?
Because you have to.
Because they said this is the punishment for those who have not been properly initiated and want to steal our secrets. I assume that meant he didn't have a slug in his brain.
But he was wearing the cloak, right?
Maybe they just didn't want to deal with having to explode the slug, and since the troll was there, they just took the easier route.
Plus, you want a public
Alright.
execution for the coolness of it.
Sure, I
So you say,
guess.
Look at this.
That's-
Hey, you want the
Right.
Exploding
show?
your eye doesn't exactly
Yeah.
kill you, but it's certainly a
You
good
got to
start.
invigorate the troops. Is like this is what happens to those who betray us. Like,
And you know,
yo,
it's the new recruits. You gotta make a show.
yeah, we want to see the cool assassination.
Maybe it was a show towards
I was
me,
impressed.
Oh, who learned something I wasn't
Yeah, maybe they know
supposed
you
to.
were looking. They're like,
I don't know.
just in case.
Was he
you
looking
decide
at me
to-
in particular?
Maybe.
Maybe.
But how would they know?
It's true. How would they know?
All right. So,
Except it
so
doesn't
next week, you guys are planning to
makes
head
no.
back up topside and talk to the dwarves.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a promise to
We're gonna
keep.
go chill with Dwarf Man.
Oh, you wanna?
Was that the following day, or like a
Sounds
couple
good.
days from now, for them to come back from hearing from Parallax?
That was, well, you guys, they asked you to come to the hearing. So
Oh,
they
okay.
want you in the Grand Prison with them.
Okay,
Oh.
so this is like the following morning that this will happen.
No, you got like
it's a few days.
You got
Yeah.
a free day.
Oh, really? So I have time to heal up all my.
Yep.
Okay.
I will take one.
Nice.
All right. Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Brilliant.
Good.
Excellence.
Glad I could.
Sad I don't have my skulls anymore.
Glad I could follow at least one of my morals.
Thank goodness.
Wait, Peter, what is up with that dice box?
It's pretty cool.
It's a dice box.
It's only weakness.
Oh, that's sick.
I can never get it to go
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
Oh, jeez, I practiced with it.
You have.
I know, right?
You have
There
to
we
really.
go.
You have to line up the.
You have to
magnets
line it
really
up
well.
because they're like they use rare earth magnets. So if you do one first, it's not going
You're
in.
just toast.
It doesn't
Okay.
happen. So you gotta like.
I'm bummed you guys didn't go after the sacrifice guy.
I wanted to.
No, the thing is
It
that
was
I,
like, you
It makes
know,
sense why you didn't.
we don't want to lose the
anti-cult.
opportunity because as soon as
And now it's just totally-
one problem with this party,
It's not Dan-proof.
It's not coming apart.
Yeah.
Well, it is Dan-proof.
There's no sympathy. And the one time I did have sympathy, everyone was just like,
Well, it's not only there's no sympathy, but the thing is that the one thing about this party is that as soon as we ever get distracted from something, we never get back to it.
I
So
know.
we'll just keep on.